Some men talk to be heard. Thomas Shelby talks to end the conversation. That's not confidence. That's conviction. Sharpened by war, refined by silence, delivered in steel. You want to know why people respect him? Because he walks like he's been through hell, and now owns the place. Because he doesn't need to raise his voice, his eyes do the talking. Because when he speaks, it feels like the last word on earth. Power isn't noise. It's gravity. It's the invisible pull when you enter the room and people adjust their posture. It's the tension you don't explain. It's the silence you don't fill. You can't fake that. You build it through discipline, through pain, through being underestimated so many times. Your silence became your shield. Thomas Shelby doesn't chase attention. He commands alignment. He doesn't beg to be understood. He expects to be obeyed. And strangely, people listen. Not because he's the loudest, but because everything about him says, I know exactly who I am. Do you? He doesn't flinch. He doesn't blink. He doesn't need your validation. Because he already made peace with one thing most people fear. Being alone with his thoughts. That's where his aura was forged. Not in the spotlight, but in the nights no one saw. The betrayals, the trauma, the regret that never left his eyes. And here's the part that gets you. It's not that he wants to be feared. It's that he doesn't care whether you love him or not. He respects himself so deeply your opinion is background noise. That's why they listen. That's why they follow. That's why even his enemies hesitate before speaking his name. Because he's not a man trying to impress the room. He's the reason the room exists. You want to move like Shelby? You've got to feel like you've already survived the worst day of your life. You've got to speak from a place that isn't hungry, but full of control. His words don't just speak, they scar. Because he doesn't waste breath. And when he finally says something, it sounds like a verdict. Look at how he stands. Weight distributed, hands relaxed. But make no mistake, he's ready, always ready. Because a man who's seen war, brings war with him, quietly. Shelby doesn't enter rooms. He changes them. Not with charm, not with flash, but with unshakable energy. You can't ignore a man like that. You can only feel his presence and adapt. So when people ask, why does everyone respect Thomas Shelby? The answer is simple. Because he respects himself first. Loyal to his standards. Addicted to discipline. Unapologetic about his power. And if you think it's about the suits or the cigarettes, you miss the point. The power? It's in the way he walks like he's got nothing to prove. It's in the calm, the cold, the complete command of himself. Men like Shelby are made, not born. And they're not made in peace. They're made in pressure, in fire, in betrayal, and in the silence that follows after. You don't learn that kind of presence. You earn it, in private, in the parts of your life no one claps for. That's why people respect him. Because they know, deep down, he doesn't need to be liked. He needs to be clear. And he's always clear. So if you want to be respected like Shelby, don't speak louder. Speak less. Don't move faster. Move with intention. Don't chase approval. Chase silence and master it. Because when you become the calmest man in the room, you become the most dangerous man in the room. Final words? Be the one who says little, but means everything. Be the one who doesn't need to be feared, but is anyway. Be the one who respects yourself so deeply, people can't help but do the same. That is the Shelby way. And if you're ready to carry that aura, it starts the moment you stop performing and start becoming. Master your energy. Control the room. Stay 10% strong. Subscribe to 10% strong to boost your aura.